is an incredibly durable and recyclable material. It has the potential to be reused and reprocessed over and over again without compromising the strength and integrity of it. Actually, one of the reasons it's so sustainable is the way you can reuse steel without any additional processing or new resources. I'm no expert, but a conversation should be had about some change regarding the way we utilize resources and what kind of problems steel can potentially solve. So steel actually does have the potential to be 100% recyclable, and its durability is one of the reasons that make the material cost effective because avoidance with maintenance issues down the line. The material itself can be nearly indestructible when it's engineered properly, which is exactly why metal schools and churches tend to be evacuation sites. It's also just cheaper than brick and wood overall and requires less labor, which will also cut costs. So why aren't we building everything with steel? Let's say we want to start building houses with steel. We need to have a solid understanding on how to properly engineer it to uphold and utilize the material in a way that makes it as eco-friendly as possible. Just the same as you would need to understand all the mechanics to building a house made out of wood, there are measures that need to be taken to actualize the benefits of steel framing. It's definitely fun and exciting to imagine, but there would also need to be tons of innovation in terms of how practical a steel structure or steel home would be. A house made of metal could be a furnace or a freezer. You also have to consider the kind of market we have and ask questions like, what can we do to make a house made of steel an aesthetically pleasing option for the buyer? How does this change how things like electricity are installed in the house? All factors considered though, answering those questions and finding solutions could be a huge step in a more eco-conscious direction. If you want to discuss a less hypothetical solution, steel co-products make a lot of sense. They generate revenue and they also reduce CO2 emissions and preserve natural resources. For example, the recycling rate for steel slags is very high with potential to be up to 99%, and the use of steel slags can bring down the cost of cement. One of the bigger barriers of that would be the high content of free lime and the need for technology to separate it, which is already being looked into, and the free lime wouldn't be disposed of either because it can be used for things like wastewater treatment. A huge moving part in fostering the research and innovation for potential endeavors like this are policymakers. The people who directly vote and make decisions on things like company guidelines and policies have a lot of power. The steel industry would need government support and research to work towards any kind of major technological development that integrates more steel into things like our infrastructure. Now more than ever, we need solutions that prioritize environmental sustainability, and if you ask me, the steel industry is a great place to start.